Okay, we're back on the preliminary hearing calendar for June 22nd. The District Attorney's Office, the Public Defender's Office, and several other attorneys have discussed their cases for their clients with the DA's office, and Attorney Freeman has submitted orders for bond and waivers to the court for review and approval. And I will go back through the calendar and make a final decision and announce that. Position 1, we already indicated that was waived on Friday against State of Georgia versus Joshua Adams. Position 2, it's been advised, well, they're asking for a reset, and there's no objection from the state, so that will be reset. Ms. Simon, do we have a reset date?
I'll be sending it shortly, Judge. I'm just checking on something.
Okay, all right, so we'll get that and I'll sign off first. I'll sign off on it and we'll get it back. All right, so that's on Landrum. Then we go to position 21 on my calendar, Tyree Robinson. And I have received a consent and waiver. And this is in the form of bond reduction on 5 charges. How old is Mr. Robinson?
Nelson, do you have his date of birth with you?
I do. It's September 13, 1998. That would be, I guess, 21.
He's 21. Mm-hmm.
Does he have history? You don't have to tell me what it is, but just does he have it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna need a curfew on him. So I need an address and I'll write it in.
Okay, if that's the case, I will still need to speak with him at the jail just to get his address.
All right, then I'll need to, I have this history. I'll review it and come back to that. And then we still need to address them. All right, so let me let the, at the jail, definitely if you would have Tyree Robinson standing by to talk to Attorney Rhodes.
Your Honor, never mind. I actually do have his address already.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's 5207 Maint, M-A-I-N-T, hold on. Let me put it in Google first because I just want to make sure I have it spelled correctly.
Is that Mr. Robinson there at the podium?
Oh, yes, it is. I can just ask him. Mr. Robinson, as part of the condition of your bond, first of all, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
As part of the condition on your bond, they're going to want a curfew to be placed on you. A curfew basically from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And if you have a job and if you'll be working after those hours, they can accommodate for that. But basically you will be responsible for being in a location in your house from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And for that, we just need your address. So could you state for me, please, where you'll be living?
5207 Main Street, Park Drive. What is it? Stone Mountain, Georgia, 30088.
Got it. Okay, yeah, it's 5207. And yeah, I did have it written down. It's 5207 M-A-I-N-T Street, Park.
Wait a minute, hold a minute. Is it Main Street or M-A-I-N-T?
Main, M-A-I-N.
Okay, Main Street. Okay, what'd you say after that?
Park Drive.
I'm sorry, Park Drive,
Yes, sir.
Main Street, Park Drive.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you gotta be accurate. You should know, Park Drive. Is that 2 streets? Why is it 2 streets? Main Street, is that the name of, how do you get 2?
That's the name of the street, Park Drive. Main Street, Park Drive. It's not 2 streets, it's 1 street.
Okay, I got it. You say Stone Mountain?
Yes, sir.
Who do you live with?
My father.
How long you been living with your father?
About a year now.
Okay, all right, we're good. Thank you, Deborah. You can take him back. The order for bond will be approved, and I'll get that signed and send it back over. All right, the next one on the calendar is Shonda Sadler. And I see that's a unique situation that you put some safeguards in place that I'm sure Attorney Scall has communicated, will communicate to their client.
That's my case, Your Honor. She's aware of the conditions.
Oh, that's Attorney Hill?
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I put, oh, I got him. Okay, I see. I'm jumping. I went Sadler instead of Starks. I skipped one. All right, so let's just stay on Sadler for now. And those are 2 charges. Okay, so that was a bond reduction. What's the relationship to the alleged victim?
I believe they live in the same neighborhood.
That's correct, Your Honor. And the victim did not have an objection to a bond. There may, and I know we're on YouTube, but there may be some medical concerns.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. You said victim has no objection.
That's correct.
I'm gonna write that on there. Okay, well, that would be approved. I'll sign and get it back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. That's on Sadler. Now we go to Starks, Attorney Scall.
Yes,
Judge,
Judge.
I just emailed you the address.
Okay.
So you
In
would
case
have
you want it.
I had already, I think, sent over the bond when Ms. Gall confirmed the address. Mhm.
How old is this person?
22, Judge.
Okay.
So just in case you wanted a curfew and an
Oh, yeah.
address,
You
we
know,
sent it.
what I do at that age. Do you mind me telling me what it is, or you want me to just go?
Judge, we've emailed it. Given that this is on YouTube, I don't necessarily feel comfortable giving out my client's address.
Okay. All right. Then it'll take me a minute. Then I'll come back to.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to look at that history too, because I don't know if I need mitigation somewhere. But I'll come back to that one.
And Judge, I will say, according to my GCIC, and the reason in your paperwork you should have a dismissal of the 1 count is because there were no previous convictions.
Oh, I see.
There was just one that had, he was adjudicated guilty as a juvenile.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So that's why that's dismissed.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't really see a problem with it unless I get see something that's overwhelming in the history. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Next is Anthony Tucker.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I don't have any questions about that. That'll be approved and you'll get that shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Cassandra Walker. And let's see. I see that request of the alleged victim. What's the relationship?
They have a child together, I believe. That's what the relationship is.
Is this address the same as the alleged
No,
victim?
it is not, Your Honor.
Okay,
It is not the same address as the victim.
okay.
Mm-mm.
How old is the defendant?
Let's see, the defendant was born in 91, August of 91,
Okay.
so.
Got it.
Mhm.
Easy math for me. My son was born in 91, so.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so that will be approved.
Okay.
All right. Then last one is a fast track, so nothing to ask on that. That'll be approved. I think that's everything except for we need to confirm with Attorney Fry about the reset. Is there anything else other than that?
I believe that's it, Your Honor.
I think that's it on our side.
Okay, so then I think that takes care of everything. If on those two cases that I need to just double check something, but I don't anticipate any problem. But everything else, you can consider it approved and finalized, and the signed orders will be on their way back within the next 5 or 10 minutes. Unless anybody else have any questions, I'm gonna go off and take care of the paperwork. The two that I mentioned that I need to check the history real quick, if you could remain, and I'll do that right away. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, you need to take us off of YouTube.
Thank you again.
Mhm.
Thanks, Cheryl. I appreciate it.